Still on the fundamental analysis series, educational series, what to take into consideration when trading the currency markets. And on the third part, specific data to look for when analyzing economies. This third part is the biggest part out of the fourth part that make for this project. While on the first part we've introduced the concept of fundamental analysis, looking at the comparison between fundamental analysis and technical analysis, introducing the economic calendar on the second part, and giving specific examples how to look for and what to look for when you are trading binary options. On the third part, the biggest part, basically 90% or more than 90% of this project is based on the third part. Here we've looked at the major economies in the world: United States, United Kingdom, Eurozone, Australia and Canada, and trying to find the best indicators out of those economies, how the market reacts when these indicators are being released, how to interpret the release of these indicators, what they mean, and how can be traded profitable. And this is the moment we are at. Manufacturing sales, the 10th indicator in Canada, and the manufacturing sales indicator here is released by Statistics Canada yet again, and shows the change in the total value of sales made by manufacturers. It is also called manufacturing shipments or factory sales. Why this is important? Because changes in the manufacturer's activity can be an early signal of economic health or trouble, as a matter of fact, as they are quickly affected by market conditions. The most important things to take into consideration when looking at the manufacturing sales indicator in Canada are the following. The release date is monthly, about 45 days after the month ends. The release time is 12:30 GMT during the North American trading session. It is a second tier data, and you are looking for the actual to be higher than the forecast, and that would be positive for currency. And if the actual is lower than the forecast, this should be viewed as negative for currency. Again, this is called manufacturing shipments or factory sales, and it shows the change in total value of sales made by manufacturers. Manufacturing sales, it's a leading indicator of economic health because manufacturers are quickly affected by market conditions, and changes in their sales can be an early signal of future activity such as spending, hiring, and investment. Again, changing in their sales can be an early signal of future activity such as spending, hiring, and investment. So you can see, like in trading, when you are trying to project future price levels based on your analysis, the same when interpreting an economy based on these indicators, one is trying to look for signals of future activity in order to have an educated guess about the direction the economy is heading. The release date is monthly, about 45 days after the month ends. The release time is 12:30 GMT during the North American trading session, and this one is a second tier data. If the actual is bigger than the forecast, should be positive for currency, and if the actual is lower than the forecast, it should be viewed as negative for the currency. Now looking at the past 6 months worth of data for the manufacturing sales, and on the horizontal we have the month, so basically from February till July 2013, and then the percentage change on the vertical. And while we had quite some dips, I would say, for the whole period except for July, as you can see, values like -2.7, -2.5, -2.6, and something like that. For July 2013, we have, for the first time in the last 6 months, we have a pickup for the manufacturing sales. And again, coming back to the very definition of the manufacturing sales, what it means, well, they show the change in the total value of sales made by manufacturers. So in July, all of a sudden, you have a pickup in the positive territory for the manufacturing sales, and that implies the change in the total value of sales went to the positive territory. So this is a good sign for the overall manufacturing industry in Canada. If this trend that seems to start here will see some legs into the near future, then it should signal a pickup for the sector as a whole. Moving on to the wholesale sales in Canada, the 11th indicator to be analyzed. Again, it is going to be released by Statistics Canada, and this one is also important, and as it will show the changes at the wholesale level, and inflation adjusted, let's say, threats come from that level. So this one should be taken into consideration as well. But this should come on the next recording. What's to be left out of manufacturing sales, the most important things to look for is that the release date is on a monthly basis, about 45 days after the month ends. The release time is 12:30 GMT during the North American trading session, and this is a second-tier data. All this time, all this project, I repeatedly insisted on the release date and release time, because these are the most important elements for each indicator. So in each recording, when I analyze one indicator, at least 2 times I specified this information, and always ending the analysis or the recording with this information, because without this information you are basically missing a lot out of any indicator that is being released. So stay tuned please now for the wholesale sales.